This podcast is brought to you by Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate, powered by Kangaroo Fern Media Lab. Kangaroo Fern is Australia's independent video and podcast management agency with the mission to help individuals and entrepreneurs to start their own podcasts and harness the power of podcasting. Book now via www.kangaroofern.com.
A Kangaroo Fern production.
A Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate.
Thing we can do is just get stops and run. Stops and run, guys. Push, push, push every time.
Extra session with Kiko malicdem tackles everything about the world of sports, especially the one close to the host's heart, basketball. Updates, discussion, clarification, name it. Extra session has it. Extra session with Kiko malicdem. So, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Extra Session with Kiko malicdem. This is Season 2, Episode 10, and today we have with us a former Pro League player known for his penchant to go after the loose balls. He is a former mythical 5 member in the PBA, a former All-Star player, a one-time member of the defensive team. Ladies and gentlemen, the junkyard dog, Mr. Dorian Pena. Dorian, good day.
Hello.
Yes. So, how are you doing right now? You know, especially with a lot of things going around the world due to pandemic.
Well, I'm fine. Since basketball's been over, I've been able to do what I want to do, I guess, and spend more time with my family.
Mm-hmm.
Not have to get up early in the morning, chase the basketball. I can eat what I want to eat.
Oh yeah, but you still play.
They have a Filipino league out here actually that they have they have a tournament actually July 4th. I'm gonna play with FIBA. Here they have a team here, FIBA. I'll play with that team.
I see.
And we will be going to a tournament in Norfolk, Virginia, where there'll be thousands of other Filipinos playing there and other teams as well coming from other states. I played in the tournament they had 2 years ago in Maryland as well, and there were teams from Chicago, New York, all over the United States. I was surprised at the people that turned out. It was a lot of people. It was nice. It was really, really nice. Again, I felt like I was back in the Philippines for a little while.
Are you the tallest player there?
No, Rob Reyes was there.
Oh, okay.
Rob Reyes was there.
He's around 6'7", right? 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, there are a couple other guys. There were a couple other PBA players that played there, but they weren't during my time slot, so I didn't get to see who they were. I do believe Dale Singson played.
Oh yeah.
I think they said Corsano played. I didn't see them.
So basically, now you're in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been there in the United States?
About 2.5 years.
Oh, that's good. So just before the pandemic strikes, you know.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the memory lane. Okay, when you were still small, was basketball already a part of your life, or if not, how did you get into the basketball?
Basketball. Actually, I played football my whole life.
Okay.
Basketball. I didn't play any basketball. I just messed around in the gym every now and then. And then my senior year of high school, I got to play on this basketball team that traveled. Mm-hmm. And only thing I could do was dribble and dunk. I mean, not dribble. Dunk and not dribble. So no layups. No, I didn't know how to do no layup. I didn't know how to shoot no jump shot. I could probably dribble like this and then dunk a ball, but no dribbling skills, no passing skills, but I could rebound. And I played on this team. They had a bunch of pretty good guys, and the guy that started in front of me got injured. And it just so happened that when he got injured, I got to play, and I ended up over the 10 days we were in the tournament, averaging about 4 points and about 22 rebounds.
Wow.
A game.
And then it's
in high school. So after that weekend was over, I was a 17-year-old. It was a 17 under tournament, which I was a 17-year-old senior because I skipped 7th grade. Mm-hmm. I was kind of smart back then. And then I after the weekend was over, I think I had finished averaging total like maybe 6 points, 21, 22 rebounds a game.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of 4 seniors that were in a tournament because mostly when you're 17 years old, you're a junior in high school, not a senior. And I had 14 scholarship offers, and I chose the basketball.
I see. Wow.
And that's where the journey began.
I see. And then that's when you got the trainings.
That's when I got the training.
Who is the basketball player that you look up to back then?
Ooh, Dennis Rodman and probably Ben Wallace.
Oh, yeah. Typical of your play, right? Hard-nosed defense, rebounding.
Yeah. Like guys like that. I really didn't like, I really wasn't into the guys that could shoot 3-pointers and all that type of stuff, like the Jordans and, the guys that did a lot. I couldn't do it. Wasn't gifted.
How would you, of course, the basketball is played different in your time compared to this, this era. Do you think you could survive playing basketball in this era if ever you're still, younger?
Yeah, because I was somewhat of a role player my whole career. You know what I mean? I rebound, I defended, and just finished around the basket. They're a lot faster. I was never really fast. So I thought that was probably more beneficial to the teams when, the import time come around and, you know what I mean? And I've always been surrounded by talent, of course, because I've been playing with both Danny's, Don, and Olsen. So my job was pretty easy my whole career,
Now, how were you able to bring your talents to the Philippines? Did someone ask you to come over, or was it your plan all along?
My junior year of college, I asked to come over there. And at first when you hear about basketball, my aunt is in Bacolod. And she was writing me letters about, we have basketball league here and in my city, which was Bacolod, which was Negro Slashers. And I was like, I've never met her before, but my grandmother, which is my grandfather, is the Filipino in the family. So it was, they were communicating more often, not really the kids or whatever, but she always followed me. And I would communicate with her through phone calls and through, emails and stuff. And I'm like, we have a league here and then, and she had all my clippings and things like that of me playing here, because the team that I played on, we went to the NCAA tournament 2 times, and we were pretty good. We were somewhere good for a mid-major school. Yeah. Anyway, she kept telling me about the basketball there, and then there was an agent that contacted me. And my senior year, I was doing nothing. Basketball was over. Basketball was almost over. And then they sent me a ticket to come over there. And then I was able to see, where my grandfather came from. I visited to Escalante City. And it was very different. It was very at first I felt, this is part of where I come from, you know what I mean? Like that. This is part of where I come from. But when you're here and you're raised here in America your whole life, you don't realize the roots are what comes to your life. And it was different to me. It was like, well, what's this? What's this? What's that? Or like that. And then. So when I got.
You were culture shocked.
Yeah. Oh, very much. Very much. In Bacolod City, yeah, very much. But I will tell you this. I loved it. People there embraced me, and it was, playing in Bacolod City for Negro Slashers was the best ever, because the crowd was unbelievable. Fans were unbelievable. The people there in the city were unbelievable. I played with John Ferris and Hugnatan, and those guys were really great teammates at the time. And I had a great time there. It was a really memorable experience.
I see. So you were talking about the Negro Slashers. Now, you first
Yeah.
entered the Filipino public conscience when you played for the Slashers and, of course, the Pasig Pirates in the defunct Metropolitan Basketball League or NBA. How was it
Yeah.
playing in the NBA?
Rough. Rough. I enjoy the traveling. Believe it or not, I will say this. Believe it or not, I enjoy the traveling. You know, I enjoy. It felt like we really had a home team. You get a home crowd. You know, unlike in the PBA, you have fans that change their T-shirt to different teams, which is fine. Which is, don't get me wrong, which is fine. It's fine.
Yes.
The venue is. You don't really have a sense of a home when being in the playing as many playoffs games I played in. You don't have a sense of a home court. You don't have a home advantage. Yeah. But when I played in Negros and in Pasig and the NBA, you had a home court advantage. You felt it.
Yes.
You know, I felt it when you went to Cebu and played against the Gems and Don Don. I felt it. You know, I really, really felt it. We were not in a good area. You know, but it was a great experience. You know, traveling, getting to see the different parts of the Philippines. That was a good thing. And then when going to PBA, it was even greater because the league is more of I guess it's the country's league, the Premier League. You know, it's like having here in the States, you have the NBA and you have the D League.
Yes.
Who watches the D League? No one. Yeah. I was only being popular or being seen in my city, you know, for college. But outside of that, but when I got to the PBA, it was a whole different. It was a whole different.
So you want to start a podcast, or perhaps you've already started one, but you're still unclear on how you can actually make this podcasting work. No worries. That's why we're here for you. We are Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate, powered by Kangaroo Fern Media Lab. Join our network. Contact us at info@kangaroofern.com because we're stronger together.
A different scene, it became like, whoa, you know, people, more popularity. The basketball was different. Because in my time, we had a legal defense and more rules, and the talent was better across the board. You know, the level of competition was much solid. You know, unlike in the NBA, you have teams that are strong, and then you have on certain teams you have certain players that are good, and then it falls off. But in the PBA, it was just
even.
Yeah.
Well, was it much? How do you call this? Rough in the PBA or tough, something like that? Much physical, or is it just the same?
No, more physical NBA.
I see. Now, when you entered, the other pro league, the PBA, what was the incident that shocked you, or let's say a welcome incident for you, something like that?
Kirby Raimundo. He hit me. Believe it or not, we became friends. He's cool. He's a really good guy.
He was one of my guests in the probably around 10 episodes ago, something like that. He's a very cool guy.
Great guy, but he hit me.
But then,
back of the neck.
When he was still younger, he was still,
Red Bull. They were Red Bull. It was his first, believe it or not, his first year. Man, I think 2001, it might have been his first year, but we were in the I think semifinals or finals or something, and he hit me. I was like, did he just hit me?
And then you were this bulk guy, and Kirby is a thin guy, right? And then
Kirby was tall, but he was tall, but he hit me. I was just like, what did he just hit me? But further down, after playing a while, he's a great guy. We laughed about it. You know what I mean?
You don't get irritated when teams hit you on purpose, or sometimes players get physical on you?
No, if they really let me do what I want to do, they would be hurting at me.
Now you played for several coaches. Of
Yeah.
course, in the pro league, there are some changes in coaching. Now, who was the coach that you had fun playing for, and why?
Oh, you're gonna do that question. Ah, okay. I enjoyed playing for all of them, actually. I never had a coach I didn't like playing for.
Mhm.
I was lucky enough to play with coaches that were all different. I played for Chico,
Oh yeah.
Shot Duncanson,
Mhm.
Olsen Rosella for a little while,
Mhm.
Coach Bong Ramos,
Mhm.
um, Coach who is this Coy Banal.
Yeah. Red Bull, right?
Okay.
Barack
Right,
Obama.
yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then who was the last one? Oh, Coach Pito
Oh, global
and
court.
Ed Goport. All of them were different. So I had a different experience with all of them.
Mhm.
Most enjoyable, probably Bong Ramos, Coach Bong. We all got traded to FedEx because he honestly, let me tell you something. That time was really sad. I didn't want to play people. I didn't want to play basketball anymore. After I got traded that time with Danny and them, we got traded. I didn't want to play anymore. I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm not playing no more. Forget this. And then the welcoming that we got there, how comfortable he made us feel. That was a really special moment. And because it was a low point in my career, I see, for me. And he made us feel really welcome there. The whole organization made us feel really, really welcome. And that's a memorable moment for me.
Okay.
But don't get it wrong now.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my championships with the other coaches. You know what I mean?
Yes. How
But
about
that's a memorable moment.
the coach system that you had a hard time learning? Which system? But of course, eventually you were able to learn it. But then, who was the coach?
No, you know what?
had
San Miguel's system for me was hard at first with
Mm.
Chico and Coach Ron Jacobs. It was hard. It was hard.
Oh,
It was hard because they're very systematic. You know what I mean? And
yes.
you imagine coming from the NBA. I was the man in my team.
Mhm.
I got the ball when I wanted to. I did what I wanted to. I moved where I want to go. And going to a team with loaded superstars, we want you to do this. I want you to rebound.
Okay.
And I was like, rebound. I can do. I score. I can do this. And it was in practice. I would try to score a lot, and then Freddie Abuda used to always knock the ball out my hand.
Oh yeah. And
That's when I realized it was different. I would try to do stuff a lot. This guy got it. I got it. And then Freddie knocked the ball out my hand every time.
Very efficient guy.
Yeah. Everybody. I don't know if a lot of people realize how strong he was, number one, and how quick his hands were. Being at my size, I'm a big guy. He still got the ball. I was like, could never figure it out. But learning that system at San Miguel was very hard for me. But they took time to. I watched so much tape. My eyes were bleeding. I watched so much tape, and being always in the right spot was hard at first, but it brought us a lot of success.
I see.
So that was probably the hardest coaching time I had, but it was the system it worked. It worked.
Yes. The Ron Jacobs system.
It worked. Sorry, it worked.
When you played in the pro league, now who is the basketball player that wowed you when you first saw him? Wow, he's good.
Who wowed me? Eric Mink.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Mink wowed me, but you know what though? You got to understand something. I played with Danny I and I played with Danny Siegel. So I was wild every day in practice.
Oh, yeah, the two.
But
Danny.
outside of that, of course, you had Ozzy. He was the biggest guy. You know what I mean? But guys like him, Ozzy, Ollie Peak, Enrico. Who else am I forgetting? Those were guys that brought Enrico Villanueva. The guys that brought challenges. Different challenges every game when you play out. When you play. When you have Ozzy, you got a big guy to deal with every night. Like, oh Lord, it's gonna be big. When you deal with Ali Peak, he's going to be able to be a physical game, and he's really pretty fast and efficient as well. When you're doing a Rico, you got to deal with his speed and him, using his head, trying to get around you, and being very mucklet around the basket.
Yes, I know.
So it's a lot. It was a couple of guys that brought a lot of difficult to me, a different look when playing.
Now, who was the teammate that you had fun playing with?
We are Independent Podcast Network. We are Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate. Would you like to hear your brand while supporting quality podcasts? Contact us now at advertise@guerrillapodcastsyndicate.com.
Panisi.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you something. Me and him hate each other. We absolutely couldn't stand each other. Like when he would play Barack Bull, I couldn't stand him. And then he got traded to San Miguel. And when you ever seen, imagine someone arriving at the practice for the first time, and when we saw each other, it was like I didn't know if I wanted to shake his hand or spit first and shake his hand. It was like I didn't know. Like we looked at each other like slow handshake, like slowly reaching out each other, that's how it was.
That was great.
But he was a great teammate. Always cracking jokes, always having fun. And he could always turn it on and turn it off, get serious and yeah.
Well, when you say the words Mick Panisi, the first thing that goes to my mind was that, that flop thing.
That will never be forgotten.
Now, what was the fondest moment in your career, or the moment that you would not forget?
There's so many memories. Oh man. The All Filipino Championship my first year.
Oh, let's see. Now,
yeah, it was probably pretty. It was pretty to be joining the PBA, to have joined a team like that. How serious the team was about winning.
Yes.
It taught me that taught me a lesson in my career and what to shoot for every game, every conference, that feeling of winning and being a champion,
Yes.
And it changed my outlook. I used to play basketball just to get 30 points in the NBA.
Yeah.
I want to score 30 points. I want to score 25 points.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I want to win. But if I didn't win, I'll be upset, but I got 25 points.
Yes.
I. It learned me a team. We. Like that's what I learned as well.
Now, what was, if we say, the fondest moment in your career? What about the biggest regret in your career?
Biggest regret? Giving up at the end.
Oh, yeah.
I got traded to Globalport, and wasn't enjoying it anymore.
The passion.
Yeah. Wasn't nothing to do with any person in particular or anybody. I wasn't feeling it anymore. I felt like I was forced.
I see.
And you know what? I said, all right, it's time to walk away. And if it was to be like that, I was okay with it. Okay, it's over, fine. It was okay with me.
Yeah.
To see Ozzy play so long, to see
until now
Rap play so long, to see Ping and them play so long. But when I look back, I played 17 years. I think 17 years. That's okay.
Yeah. that was, that is something that you could be proud of. Not a lot of guys can play. There are guys that only played for at least 2 years or 3 years in the league, but you have played around 16, 17 years. Man, that's too
Yeah.
long.
A long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed. I mean, it goes by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
It goes by so fast. Like even now, I have dreams still. Like I'm still playing. I have to go to practice in the morning. It's like, okay, oh no, I don't have to practice anymore. But I mean, it was a great fun. I wish I wish I got into coaching or something like that. You know what I mean? There, but I wasn't gonna go out and beg for a coaching job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not really that type of guy to go begging for a job or begging to be on somebody's sidelines. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Okay, so
I see.
I do it for kids here. I do an organization here playing kids playing basketball. I like it and I don't like it because I'm kind of over basketball. Because when you become a coach, it's much different than being a player. It's becoming more dedicated. Actually, it's hard.
Yeah, actually, that's the next question that I have for you. Since you've been absorbed to basketball all throughout your life, do you have plans of going back to basketball in any capacity, such as scout, trainer, or coach? Yeah, something like that.
If I was invited, I would.
Yeah.
If I was invited to, I would.
Mm-hmm.
If I was invited to, I would.
Yes,
I would.
So you're just a phone or a message away, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, when you have players or people that are around basketball or involved so long, you must give back.
I see.
That's why you must give back. You must share what you've learned to carry it on.
I see that you're wearing an he never cap.
I pulled it out. I got the dust off. I pulled it out today. I still have quite a bit of my jerseys and stuff like that here.
Oh,
So
that's great.
Yeah. I still have my home there in the Philippines.
Oh.
So I'm just here in the States for a little while.
Yeah.
My wife and my 3 kids are here, but my daughter is still at NU. She's still at scholarship there at NU. But
do you have do you have any children that that might want to follow your footsteps?
My son, I finally had a boy. So, yeah, I have a boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
How young is he?
He's 4.
Oh, so you'll
4 years old.
Stage dad, right?
Okay, come here. You want to see him?
Yeah,
I'll bring him here. He's a big boy. Come here.
Oh, hi.
Tell me you're gonna play basketball one day.
I'll play basketball one day.
Okay.
Oh, you'll be like your dad. So we're going to 4 years old. So we'll expect him around 12 more years, right?
Yeah, man. Unless I return early and then get him into basketball, they're young.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of keep him here for a little while so he can learn.
And of course, is he a Philippine passport holder already?
Already. Don't worry, I took care of all that. Took care of all that right away.
For national team purposes,
No problems. We got his passport. I got his passport when he was I think 3 months old. Don't worry, all taken care of. He's ready to go.
Aside from your baby boy, you have any children, into sports also?
Yes, my eldest child is at NU. She's at volleyball. She's on the volleyball team there.
In the college, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah.
That's great. That I didn't know. Wow.
Yeah. My middle child was on the playing taekwondo. Was doing taekwondo at with Coach Knapp. I guess he's the coach of the taekwondo national team.
Yes.
But I had to bring her with me because she's young. So I brought her with me. Yeah.
Now, earlier you were rattling out names of players that you faced. Which player you hated facing inside the hard court? The player that you hated facing inside the hard court.
Dennis Espino.
Wow. Oh, I've heard a lot of Dennis Espino stories, but I want to hear yours.
He's good. He's big. He's strong. He's good. He's like he could shoot.
Yes.
He could put his back to the basket,
Okay.
and he played dirty too. And if you hit him, he likes it. It's like he likes it. You know, I used to always hit him a lot, and he just look at me, and then next thing you know, I'm getting hit back. Like, oh, what?
Yeah, he plays simple basketball. Yeah,
But he was hard. He was hard. He was hard to.
Mhm.
He was hard to guard.
Yeah.
But he was a guy I respected on the court.
Yeah,
Very talented.
very, very. Yeah, back then, when he was still playing college, I would be very, how do you call that? Nervous when he faced
Yeah.
my team because I know we're in for some trouble.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
that good. Now,
Yeah.
I'll be before I give you some pictures, that you might want to describe. The best year of your career in the PBA was back in 2005, 2006, when you became a member of the mythical team, Mythical 5. What was your motivation then? And were you shocked you were a member of the mythical team?
Yeah, I was shocked because I had a couple years I was playing well and I never got picked for anything. I was like, what is this about? I'm averaging more than they are. Why are they getting picked me? They never picked me, nothing like that. And then all of a sudden it happened. That's how I was during that time right there. I was like kind of like, what? Why is why am I never getting picked for any awards? And I average a lot of points and stuff, and I don't know at the time. But when it happened, I think I got awards 2006, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, something like that. I got quite a couple of years. I received some awards, which was it felt appreciated. That's why I felt appreciated.
Okay. Now I'll be giving you some pictures that I want you to describe what you see or what was the feeling at that time.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. I was just rattling some pictures. Is this you? Was this you? Were you able to see it already?
No, I see your screen.
Oh,
White screen.
just a white screen. Just wait.
White screen like a computer.
Oh man, wait. I'll just stop sharing and then I'll share again. Wait, okay.
Yep. Don't ask why I did that.
Yeah. I was surprised. You were a blonde. You wore a blonde there.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I tried it out.
Do your children know about this? That you
my eldest knows about that.
Okay. Now, how about this? Oops. Next. I believe this is in Pasig.
That's when they used to beat me up all the time.
I forgot the name of this is in Davao, right? Davao Eagles player.
That was in Davao.
Yeah. I before we did the interview, I was searching all around different websites and in social media for some pictures, and this is what I got. So credit to the owners of these pictures.
Wow. Oh, Sean Daniels.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, man, he was hard to guard. He was hard to guard as well.
Man, he was that physical, right?
Yes, very physical.
Okay. How about that?
Oh, I was mad then.
Oh, why?
That's when I got traded. I was mad.
Okay. Okay, next picture. Wow.
We got second place, right?
Or second or third? I'm not sure with this. But then
I was so happy there.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that was against Talking Text. That was what's the import's name? I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot. He was hugging you.
Yeah.
Were you mad at this scene?
No, I wasn't mad at that. I was just like I was expressing.
Oh. How about this?
I enjoyed this team.
Oh, there's Mick.
Yeah, there's Mick. There's Mick. And there's Cortez.
Oh, yes. And Ping also.
Oh, wait, Ping was funny too.
Oh, 2009 PBA Fiesta Cup champions. Yeah. This was hard to find in social media, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This team.
Now how was it, you know, you're against June Marfard, who has won a lot of MVP awards. How was he when he was still beginning?
Jumar's always been tough.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we first played him when he was still in Cebu,
Mm-hmm.
down there before he became to Manila. He was tough. Jumar is what can I say? Jumar is a specimen. He's big, he's fast. He is very He's very, very, very nice guy. Soft spoken. I think a lot of his success becomes because he's so down to earth and he's willing to learn and he listens. He's Nisha Mayabang. He's not. You wouldn't believe. You would think he's. He was young coming to the team, and Danny I worked with him a lot every day in practice, and he listens. That's why he's had so much success, and he'll continue to have more. I hope he gets healthy and takes care of that leg. It doesn't harm him or hinder him from playing and succeeding this year.
How about this? We got this in the PBA, page.
What were we doing? Why were we here? What were we doing here?
I just don't know. You were wow.
Why are you here not playing? I remember. I remember this a little bit. I don't remember too much. I don't know what we were doing.
I think this is a global book, right?
Yeah, go for it.
How was it playing with Terrence Romeo?
Terrence is talented. He practices like he plays. He's 1,000 miles an hour. But I used to think he's out of control before, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's very talented. He's also one of the very talented. He's actually, you know what? Earlier you asked me a wild guy. He's a wild guy.
Wow, yeah.
Same with
Pingris, when I was asking him which PBA player, that wowed.
I forgot about that. He's definitely a wild guy.
Yeah. Okay, so I know you're very busy, but before we end, do you have any message to your supporters, family, and fans?
Oh, well, first of all, thanks to all the Filipino fans that supported me throughout the years, all the memories that that I was hopefully able to bring to them, and memories that they brought to me by me remembering them, watching them, or cheering, and bringing happiness during those times. Thank you.
Okay, so with that, we wrap up another episode of Extra Session with Kiko Malicdem here in Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate. We would like to thank our guest, Mr. Dorian Pena, for your time. We really appreciate it. And of course, everyone, this has been Kiko Malicdem, and like what I've been saying, games are always exciting if there is Extra Session.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to visit our website at www.guerrillapodcastsyndicate.com, where you can subscribe to the show in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, rate and review this podcast and share it with your friends. You can also join the conversation with Guerrillas RV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. please consider on making a donation to help us keep making the podcast you love. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.